Fuck. The cycle's not broken. We're still going. I thought we hit our point where they both consciously choose to stop seeking revenge.
This street a week ago. I can't believe you traded a pistol for this. It's a lead. No way that guy saw fireflies over here.
Stop. I feel good about this.
Well, I don't.
Come on.
The scale of this is interesting. Like, I know people who live in Seattle, and I know people who live in Santa Barbara.
It's not going to be on that side. It's all evens.
I've driven all the way here.
2409. So 2425 should be that way?
Yeah.
Ellie. Thing is, she's not going to be able to sleep afterwards either. Like, even if she does kill Abby, like, it doesn't fix it. And she doesn't recover.
If the fireflies are still out there...
Yeah?
What do you think they're up to?
I don't know. The goal was always to restore society. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to go about it.
Hey, something's out there.
Yep, I haven't seen one of these for a while, huh?
There's a demon.
Got a shotgun. Low on most things right now. Oh fuck, there's more. Come on. Come on. You taking the other one out or not? There you go.
Heads up!
Oh, shit. Can't just be that clean, huh?
All right. We're good.
Maybe.
That's weird graffiti.
Does that mean fireflies?
No. Nothing I recognize, at least.
Not gonna lie, I'm losing a little bit over the fact that the tension's back. Like, I thought the tension had been released, and that it was just the fallout now.
Place to find a resistance group.
Just deal with the sadness of what happened.
We had all sorts of outposts. Big and small. Best way to hide from the army.
Fuck you, Tommy.
That's not it. That's 2426.
Good eyes.
What if we don't find them here?
Assuming all the leads dry up, what would you like to do?
I don't know. Leave this place?
24 or 29. Too far.
I honestly didn't take note of when they said the address. Probably going to be one of the places that's enterable, like this one with the garage door and the cleared front door, because all the other ones are
I
overgrown.
don't see any numbers.
Yeah. But 2426 is across the street.
2429 is next door.
Let's see.
Could always check the curb.
Good enough.
Doors boarded up.
This place looks abandoned.
Kids' room.
Keep searching.
We painted the indoors to look like the outdoors, but plants don't look like that.
It's more like a child's dream version of the outdoors. In the old world, it'd be common for them to decorate kids' rooms like this. My dad painted a colorful jungle for me.
Oh. Tara would have loved that.
I bet she would have. 24, 25 constants. This is the place.
Okay, but there's nothing here.
We don't know that yet. Locked.
Maybe there's another way in?
Are you being positive?
Pushing up daisies.
You're always helpful.
I'm glad both of them have something going on now. The best they can do is just embrace it and turn the other cheek. Sasha. Calder and Colin. 2002 up through 2013, when the outbreak would have started. About 6 months before it, because it's April. Colin wasn't there. I wonder if that means something? Maybe it's a tragedy, or maybe it's just they just weren't there that day, or didn't want to. But there's two Calder measurements that are 1 hour apart from each other, and Colin wasn't there for the final one. Future tank. It's pretty big. This is probably a single floor house, isn't it? I've always been used to not even just used to. I've exclusively lived in 2-story houses. So I just instinctively expect stairs. The shed, maybe? Was this the locked room?
Nada.
I think it was.
Is it really nothing? It can't be.
I can craft ammo for guns I don't have. I did it, you guys. I got through both campaigns never using a silencer. What a pro. What a self-inflicted hard mode. Admittedly, there's a lot of options in front of you. And you don't go into your final encounter knowing it'll be your final encounter. Well, they've got a lawnmower. Knowing that Ellie is coming, I'm really nervous about the fact that I haven't seen Lev for a while. Lev? Okay. Oh. Are you finding secret spots? Oh, they've slid this whole
Scratches.
thing.
Scooch.
There's another door here. It makes sense for the shape of the house, too.
Hello?
Things got a lot more suspicious real quick. That looks like a barracks. There's a green light back there. Oh. Did they do it?
Been a while since anyone's been here.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with you.
It's a lead, though. This may have actually been a Firefly location. Or just... Oh, but the problem is that so many people have incentive to have hideouts. That
Pretty nice barracks.
have
all
nothing-
things considered.
nothing to do with organizations. The hell of a bunker they had. I mean, a cellar.
They had power down here. Look around.
Yeah, I know they have power. There's a bright light across the room. I have to grab resources to prepare us for
We were
Ellie.
here for a while.
I just don't know what's coming.
That's the shower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Whew, alright. I thought it was settled in for the ending. And then 90 minutes later, it's still going. So I took a break and cooked dinner and so on. Now I'm settled back in. Now I'm ready to press this button.
Guess they've got solar.
Oh,
Hey. Ah, is that gonna work now?
Is this frequency currently in use? This is... Do you see a call sign anywhere?
oh, what?
It's a short list of numbers and letters. Fuck it. This is Abby from Santa Barbara. Can anyone hear me? Standing by. Is anyone out there?
What's this?
Those are frequencies. Is this frequency currently in use? This is Abby from Santa Barbara. Is anyone out there?
Are these other Firefly outposts?
I don't know. Can anyone hear me? Hello? Is this frequency currently in use? This is Abby from Santa Barbara. Hello? Hello? Is this frequency currently in use? Hello, this is Abby from Santa Barbara. Can anyone hear me? If anyone can hear me, please reply. Please answer.
Hi, Abby. We got a clear signal on you. Where in Santa Barbara are you calling from?
2425 Constance. We got a tip about a base, but there's no one here. We're looking for fireflies. I'm a firefly.
Where were you stationed?
I was part of the Salt Lake outpost.
Who ran that facility?
Dr. Jerry Anderson. He was my dad.
Well, how about that? We pulled everyone back from the satellite stations and brought them back here to home base.
How many of you are there?
We're about 200 strong now, with a few more every month.
Owen was right. You're about to get 2 more. How do we find you?
Get to Catalina Island. Approach the large domed building in Avalon. We'll find you.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you soon. Over and out.
Looking forward to it. Good luck, Abby from Santa Barbara. Over and out.
Come on, let's get back to the sailboat.
Holy shit, actual hope.
Okay.
Is it time for Ellie to arrive then?
You were right.
What was that?
Why do you make me repeat whenever I'm wrong?
Because it makes me feel better. And because it happens so rarely.
Just don't trust good news. See, we came in through here. There's still fireflies. Oh! Jesus Christ.
I'm feeling now. Tyra. Come here, let me see you. You ready?
Wait, what are you doing? Wait. Fuck, man!
You're fine. Get that little way.
Don't you fucking touch him!
Shit. One hell of a catch, huh?
Fuck. Is it because she said the address or did they see her go in? Ellie actually came all the way here. Is that her not eating?
From here.
She looks so bony. I feel like she wasn't this slender before, but I guess she was also wearing jackets and shit.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
What is your source? Wait. Oh, that's Abby's. You're at this is Abby's boat. Oh, it's the boat from the aquarium. Yeah, for a minute there I thought that Ellie took a boat. I'm like, that doesn't quite match up, does it?
How would she get up to the street from here?
Wait. Is Ellie's revenge mission gonna accidentally save Abby? Is that where we're going with this? Oh my god, this is so familiar that I feel like I've been on this exact beach. Which is possible, because I've been to Santa Barbara. I may have actually been here before, if it is based on an exact location. That's freaky. God, remember when we were playing as Ellie before? She has like all these different skill trees entirely from what the other character has. I made way less progress. Not way less, well, somewhat less progress. Wow, smoke bombs I just never used. Explosive arrows. Do I have the exact same ammunition supplies that I had last time? Despite how long it's been. I definitely got some supplies. God, I gotta remember like what weapon she had. It was a different time. And she definitely looks older. She may even be a full-fledged adult by now. But given this, like, the whole pregnancy had to happen, and she wasn't even really showing yet, and the baby looks like they've grown up a bit, so like, I guess it's maybe been another 2 years? Did the game give me a time skip title card? I'm guessing she's like 2 years old now. She might be about 18 or something. They do a great job with like the aging effects. I say that like it's a movie and they're aging an actor, but you know what I mean? What a different setting for a Last of Us game. Fucking Santa Barbara. I didn't see it coming. Well, I eventually saw it coming because they kept saying Santa Barbara, but when I settled in to play a Last of Us game, I wasn't expecting to visit Santa Barbara. I don't want to upgrade this, do I? It's only got 3 hits. What a piece of shit. The only way this would be weirder for me is if Last of Us had a mission that took place at Pismo Beach. Can I even jump up to there? You can't jump straight up, you can only jump forward. Like, go through here? Yeah.
Okay. Now what? Mesa Bluff. I'm here, and Santa Barbara proper is that way.
Oh. I don't know why I'm expecting the game to stop. I'm story. Get to the story. I'm sitting here acting like the game isn't still happening around me. I just was guilty of the thing that I accused the characters of the game of being guilty of. Just the way that like she and Dina were just kind of hanging out, like having a good time and talking and stuff. And I'm like, guys, you can't shout like that. You could attract things. My knife's back, you guys. It's back. I missed it so much. Doing a whole campaign where it's like normal zombies are hard to take down because you have to sit there and choke them, and then fucking clickers, you need a specially crafted like single-use device to fight them. Honestly, I thought we were beyond that. And then she popped up with the shivs again. I'm like, no! I know I told you I'd wait for you here, but it's not safe. Rattlers are all through these woods. I can't risk getting chained up again. I'll be in that place where I told you that ping pong ball joke. I miss your laugh. Hope you got out okay. They're called rattlers. That's the gang. It can't get caught again, so it's not the zombies. We're not doing the Walking Dead joke where every single neighborhood has a different name for the walkers. The bleeders, the stumblers, the all the other things. Like the rattlers of the gang. That was a bad hit on Lev. I was actually worried that he just died right there. Because like he got knocked out with his eyes open. You can see me there? Fuck. Yeah. Can't run backwards. I thought Lev might have like broke his neck or something on that garage door. It was worrying. Come and get it, boyo. It's one way of making sure. It's one of those sneaky little shits. Fuck you. Ah, he knows I'm aiming at him. The stalkers are here? Little bastards.
Back to it.
Headshot. Yes, I saw him on the ground, knocked out, and his eyes were still open. That freaked me out. It seems to be a kidnapping. And that has very dark implications in an apocalypse. Is it broken the same way? Yep. I see you whenever that fountain shows up again. It didn't put a dolphin on top this time, though. What a place for a fucking clicker to be. Fuck, really? There we go.
There we go.
Aw. Really thought I aimed it right the first time. Gonna burn through my arrows. Might have to use a silencer. Hey, got one of them back.
Hope I can cut through here.
Yeah. Look at this house. We're still collecting cards. God, I've got such a backlog. Do I dare? I don't. Oh, sorry if I set the expectation that I was going to read them all early on, but God, I don't dare try to delve into that now. That endless fucking pile of them. Look how many. Oh my God. At this point, I haven't read like the majority of them. Yeah. There's just a lot of them. There's probably 50 to match the other campaign. And they kind of clash with the tone. Right, you have a journal update. You've been up to stuff. Dixie National Forest. A couple hunters tried to jump me. Didn't go well for them. I just got to the outskirts of Las Vegas. I can hear the infected from here. Must be thousands still alive inside the walls. What a nightmare. I'm gonna go around. Callendale, California. Hiding out in a basement, hoping the horde passes by. Also, oh, Palmdale, sorry. I've been to Palmdale. Hey. Miss you, potato. All in this fucking basement. The batteries in my flashlight are almost done. The dark is fucking with me. I keep seeing him. Smelling iron. I miss Dana. I miss Potato. What am I doing here? I got out. The horde got distracted by a group of travelers. Some of them didn't make it. 2 of the bodies were kids. I buried them. Fuck. This is why you don't go outside anymore in the apocalypse. It's just fucking never worth it. And God, it's hard to read. I want to get like the journal experience, but this is why I often go to text mode. Made to the coast finally. It's gorgeous. Flowers everywhere. There's this thick morning gloom. Doesn't seem like the military ever came through. Maybe it was too spread out. I wish Gina could see this. She'd lose her shit. I like the sound of the waves. Heading down the coast. I haven't seen people in a few days. Or intact sailboats. What if Tommy was wrong? What if they're not here anymore? Can't think about that. It's true, they could have just moved on. I mean, we know they didn't, but like, you don't know that. There's always the possibility they would just go. Like, if they were going there then, like, they could have been gone by the time you arrived. No. Yes? No? I do want a melee weapon, though. It's just such a piece of shit, but I don't know when I'll get another one. They're dicks about that, so I don't know when I'll have another one, so I might as well upgrade this one, I guess. Yeah, I got my better stealth kills one. I think that's like the last upgrade I got. And then we like stopped this character somewhat unexpectedly and went on to a completely different character. That went places. The primary hint being that you play as Abby briefly in the intro. Another board here.
All right.
Where? Oh. Are there more? Of course there are. Nope. Nope, nope. Nope. Nope, shit. No, really? Ellie, why can't I get you to run correctly? There we go. It was like I straight up couldn't get her to run, it was weird. Go, go, go! God damn it. Oh, that's all we got of that. Excuse me. Oh, shit. How you like them apples? Explosive arrows. That fucked him up, wow. Down to regular arrows now.
I swear to God, Abby, if these infected killed you.
Is it really not enough to just know she's dead? Is it really that?
I gotta get out of here.
Like, if you come all the way down here and you realize that she died already, is that the worst thing that could happen? Does it really have to be you? Is it just like at the core of your being at this point? See, no reason to have a gun with no ammo equipped. 3 shots. But also, like, Santa Barbara seems pretty fucking chill. Well, on the infected front. The people are a problem. Like, this part of California is pretty spaced out. It's not like a dense city sort of place. We have a lot of space, so we just have a lot of buildings spread out instead of tall ones in lots of California. Stability fire rate, stability recoil, stability, capacity. I guess to clarify for people that aren't locals, no, I don't live in a place that looks anything like this. Like, not even close. But it's the same state. I've definitely seen a lot of places that look like this building and this beach and so on. But they're not even close to me. Just a really fucking big state, honestly. My state's bigger than a lot of countries. Mom, I'm gonna go talk to the Rattlers. I'm sorry I'm telling you like this, but I didn't want you to stop me. We're starving. We can't leave the area with you and Abuela like you are. It's only a matter of time before they find us. If I can join them, we could all be protected. I know this is scary, but I love you. And I'm willing to do whatever I need to keep you both safe. Arnie. Joining the local gang. Protect their family. Well, the letter's still there, and everyone in this house is dead. And infected, so that's not a good sign. Would you like to play some billiards? That'll have to do. I guess I could have snuck out if I had any idea where I was going. That's often the obstacle, is like, if there is an exit, where is it?
There's gotta be a street around here.
No? Well, congrats. You immediately found a street.
Okay. Santa Barbara's downhill. 24, 25.
That's so familiar. That visual's so familiar. Said you want a street? You got a street. Congrats.
She has to be down there.
Oop. He's not doing well with the slope. Ooh. Well, this area has not been thoroughly exploited, has it? Let me be the pillager. Concern. So we have another gang named after an animal. The fireflies, the wolves, and the rattlers. I think seraphites are an exception, but I don't really know what a seraphite is. If it even is a real word. Sounds very like seraphim, which matches up with their religious origins. Got my arrow back. Who? Where? How? That guy? I guess it was him. This goes like I think it will. Ellie's gonna find the person she wants revenge against all tied up and waiting for her. Completely at her mercy. Or she'll show up and she'll already be dead. Fuck! Ah! Oh, come on, Ellie. Oh. That's pretty bad. That's not your worst 10 seconds in your life, but it's pretty up there. Fuck.
Abby. I found you. I found you.
See? We got a live one.
This bitch is fucked up. I'd be lucky if she lasts a month.
Oh.
Can we please just say we're done for the day?
Yeah. Yeah, get that thing down. Let's reset the traps.
Really, man? I mean, is she even worth the trip back? It's not like...
Hey, get you?
No.
You idiot. You deserve it though, so fuck you.
Funny. Looks like you shit your pants.
Fuck you say?
Oh, bitch.
Oh, you like funny, huh? Get up.
Come on.
Get up.
We don't need
No,
this.
man, she's fucked up anyway, man. Come on. Yeah, it's funny, right? It's funny.
Serious?
Come on.
Oh ho ho. Oh ho. Ellie.
Wait. You said Abby. You're looking for an Abby, right? We picked one up a couple months ago.
Fuck.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, no, big girl. Blonde. Arms like mine. She had a scrawny kid with cuts by his mouth. Yeah, that's her. You let me go. I'll tell you where she is. Get to her before that infection takes over.
Talk.
She's in a holding cell at our camp.
Where's that?
Head that way till you hit the railroad track. That'll lead you to a resort. We keep them in the tall, round building. I swear.
Off to a bad start. Fuck, a couple months ago.
Tracks to resort. Tall round building. Tracks to resort. Tall round building.
Do you even have medical supplies? Like, are you even closed up yet? Fuck. Oh no. Oh, she is. Okay. That was some next level bad luck.
Fuck.
Over here! Aim for its left!
We'll go back. Is that a gun? He's got a gun! Go back! God damn it.
Shit. All right.
Fuck did he get a gun? Tell the others to search the area.
Oh, I took their
He's
gun.
the only one that got out. Watch out for infected.
Yeah.
I find out
Fuck.
anyone helped him. They're going in the fucking pool.
They have slaves.
He was acting up for a while. This is the 3rd this month. You ready to put more people on the gate?
People on the gate need to do their fucking jobs. Go look around. I want to know he was alone.
It's all clear. Let's go, girl.
I have an SMG now, which is good news, except for the part where I have 4 fucking weapons in this category. That's a few too many weapons. Gotta be honest. I have 4 long weapons. Well. Something tells me every single person that works here needs to die. So fuck these guys. Fuck all these guys. Oh yeah, they said silence SMG. That's some overpowered shit. Let's rampage on these guys. Whatever they do is bad enough that people commit. That guy would rather commit suicide than go back. I don't know if it's sexual in nature or if it's just straight up slavery. Although the line, even if it's the second one, the first tends to happen. Oh, don't make me go back to killing dogs. God damn it. Oopsie. Fuck you. Go home, doggy. Go home. Go home and never find me, please. I'm sorry, doggy. But also fuck that guy. You're too good for him. Please don't find me. Please don't find me.
What's going on, boy?
Oh shit.
What in the hell?
See ya.
Fuck that guy too. Don't notice me, doggy. Don't notice me. Please. Ammo? What? Oh, he's whining. I'm sorry, buddy. But you worked for a slaver. You don't really get that, but it's pretty fucked up. Please don't go full like Seymour Butts for that guy. It's not worth it. You can find a new home. I think Abby's looking for a new dog. Oh, it's a dark joke. That's horrible. This also has a silencer. Did I successfully clear everyone but the dog? So I'll take. Is that path following me because the dog's currently tracking me? Is that how that works? Or is it just because there's a dog nearby, so they're showing me my path? She won't even last a month. Is she even worth the trip? What I found interesting is that they referred to Lev as a boy. So either The Seraphites are the only people remaining on the planet that are transphobic. Or Lev just has managed to pass this entire time. Just because I just don't expect these people to be like respecting gender identities or anything. Like they look at who they are. They're the fucking worst. So it's a bit of a surprise. I'm surprised, actually. When they were old dudes, I took a different implication of what they were doing with people, because there was a bunch of dudes kidnapping a few women, and I'm like, oh no. But we had a dude that was running away a second ago, and now we have female gang members. Trying to piece together what they're doing with people. Original theory could still be completely true. The implications are just slightly different. Wow, killing every single one of them systematically would be... Is it going to be a pain? Wait, they're wearing helmets now. Fuck. They were dressed like bikers earlier. The helmets probably make it very hard to silent take down people. Fuck. I mean, you can still neck stab somebody. I should be able to do it melee-wise, but not necessarily gun-wise.
Someone's here.
No. Why would you think that somebody's here? That's weird. Maybe you're crazy. He's wearing a helmet, so like bricks and stuff aren't really gonna work on him. My chance. Go up. Shit. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up.
We got a live wire!
Nope.
By the floor!
That's not good. That's not good. A little too quick on the uptake there for my interest. Yeah, they don't currently know where I am exactly. Is this the window? No window. Doggy, no!
Thought I saw her go over there!
Fuck. Ooh. Such plentiful bullets. Let's get going before the dog gets me. I just don't want to fight more dogs. Fuck you. Oh, running's probably not great for her right now. Yep. Send the dog after me. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Shit. Let's move!
Oh, God. That looks like a tall, round building.
Yeah, we're just in a hurry to bring back slavery, huh?
How do I get in there?
Hey, Radlers, it's Mackenzie. I'm out. I'm free. My husband died picking your fucking tomatoes. We aren't some lonely stragglers. I'll be back with others. Your time is coming. Yeah, so they're agricultural slaves. Okay. Like, if we use slaves, we can just work them to death and fuck those guys, right? I guess they're trying to save on resources and make labor, and by them not having to put the work in, while also not having to feed them as much and so on.
Hello.
Oh, fuck these guys.
Fuck that. I promised him I'd do this to him.
This is such a fucked up hobby.
Bet you wish you didn't. Stray! We got a stray!
Fuck you guys. Oh wait, is he a zombie? Oh, he's a zombie, isn't he? Oh. Oh, I could have. Oh, damn it. I could have let him loose right in his face. That would have been so satisfying. You killing someone?
Connor! In there! God damn it!
Fuck you. Die in a hole. No, not me. Get them. Oh. That's too bad. You could have been the zombie of justice. You got that one guy. Damn it, I could have unleashed him right in his face while he was taunting him. I thought they were taunting us a captive. I didn't realize till it was too late that it was there was other opportunities here. Oop. You know, I think they might be waiting for me. Rude. Hi. What? What the fuck was that miss? Are you serious? How? Do I have other? No, I don't have any other guns.
These are some sick fucks.
Was there an invisible wall in the way somehow? Or is that really just how up in the air your accuracy is in this game? That I missed such a straightforward shot. That was weird. I'm mostly down to stability and recoil. Yep. Well, if there's a gun out, if there's a vehicle, a weapon I want stability on, it's probably this thing. It only costs 10? Did I just read that right? Or did I have 10 left over? I had 10 left over, gotcha. Yeah. The more I can scope, the less I need stability, because you usually have a really good read on whether or not you're going to hit. But the bow, you're trying to make a little dot line up with something, and it's like if it's going to sway too much, then it can get me in trouble. Apparently, the sound of gunshots just doesn't carry that far, because people are just not in a big hurry to come deal with whatever happened. This is definitely my go-to for a bit. As long as they're not wearing helmets, I can just headshot them quietly. So far I've dodged 2 dogs without killing them. So that's nice. Yeah, can't ever be that easy. Bit mad at Tommy. He comes across as vaguely mature and all that, but he still hasn't gotten past this at all. Obviously the grief is not something I expect to just go away. It's horrible what happened. Like shaming somebody that has a baby for not going on like a suicide mission across the world. Once again. Like they were all completely nuts for even trying to do it the first time. When they were running into like an enemy organization. Like all logic dictates you would never succeed against the wolves, no matter who you are. But they're magic video game protagonists, so they got through with it. And then they're just like, let's do it again. It's like, no, don't do it. Do not do it again. You lost people, and you should have all died. Basic logic dictates you would have all been dead. Fucking count your blessings at some point. You got most of them. Hello.
Okay.
It is exceptionally dark. Nah, I mean, I've got all my bombs. I can't make more with bottles. I'll just have to sit by. Just gotta actually use them at some point. I know, right?
It's all around building. There it is. Fuck all these assholes.
Oh. Oh, I saw something. Shit.
Over here!
God.
Is that just another zombie or what's going on? Oh, here it comes. Fuck you.
Go! I've got your 6! You got it!
Oh, shit.
Heads up!
This is not the ideal. Fuck. Keep spotting the wrong people. god, they're so fucking mobile. And they always hide. They're really good at hiding. God damn it. The AI is just straight up hard to fight in this game. They know how to make you lose your target and so on.
We've got her! Over here!
No. Fuck. You kind of have to like imagine what your last known location was and try to abuse that and flank absolutely every single time. 'Cause if you're hanging out in one spot, the game will punish you for like if they're aiming at a spot, if you peek, you just get punished. You have to know to like avoid that. Fuck you. Nice of you all to keep the same ammo around. Nope. Ah. I can't unleash it on the... I can't unleash it. Too distracted by me. I wanted to unleash it on them. It has to not see me first, I think.
Listen, that hurt? I'm on it.
Really? How did you detect me? They're firing guns. Chase the people who have guns, asshole. Is it still coming or not? Damn it, I want to use their zombies against them. It's just satisfying. Maybe I got what I wanted now? How exact... Okay, I'm like, how exactly are you finding me? Fuck you. He just... That one, like, followed me across the map, somehow. Oh, here we go. I don't know how these people that have lived this long are so bad at fighting clickers, but I'll take it. Fuck you. I got silenced weapons. Clickers only care about you now. Woo! Who's shooting? Oh, it's going according to plan. I'm gonna take all your weapons now. In your weird shooting range looking place. They thought they were fucking hardcore having those guys hanging around their base, huh? How's that working for them now? You guys feeling hardcore still? Do you feel like you're rad motherfuckers? Is that what you are? Are you the raddest, baddest dudes? Ow. I guess they're done with clickers. Fuck you. That's not... That shot his leg off. Interesting how he seemed to think that was covered. Where are you? Where are you, asshole? Oh, seem to know where I am now. I wish I knew where they were. Oh, there's one. What? What? There we go. Alright, running out of long-range shots. 4 shots is not promising. This thing can load 5 shots now. Nothing around there. Nope, there's one.
Shit.
You are so incorrect about where I am. And just to think, you could have picked your own goddamn tomatoes. All you had to do is pick your own goddamn tomatoes. Assholes. Then we wouldn't be here right now. Why you gotta sully the reputation of tomatoes? Yes. Oh. Alright, where's your duct tape? Give. There's the sin tomatoes. God, I gave them a bad time. I don't think there's any evidence that I'm done, though. Did she ever say we're done? I just stopped hearing more of them. Yes, duct tape. Super X, go! Okay. You hit me with your combat music. Oh, there's someone. What was that? It was the one person that killed everybody else. It's not really like a fucking plot twist, bro.
Stray! In here! She went over there! There you are!
Oh, there's more of you.
I'll find you.
Oh! You found me. So congrats on your life goals. You did it. Very proud. But also go fuck yourself. You considered what you would do if you went and fucked yourself? Jenny, sending along some extra beef, grapefruit, and potatoes I just got. They've been impressed by how many strays I've captured and wanted to reward me. We're seeing the best crop we've had since we settled here. Please make sure my mom gets fatty cuts. She looked too skinny last time I saw her. Pat. They're like, yay, I'm supporting my family, but like, Jesus Christ, dude. Your family is this complicit in this shit that I'm not sure I'm concerned about cutting them off. Is that the round building? Yep. Oh, are you guys having pleasant dinners out here?
Come on, let's go.
That's sweet. It's time to use a motherfucking silencer. About to blow some mines. With headshots mostly. Shit. Oh yeah? God damn it, it's so hard to aim. Alright, well that was useless. Whee! Axe. Oh shit, where the fuck did you come from? Hit. Enjoy. I made it special just for you. Here they come. Who's next? Ow. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck your... Yep. Go fuck yourself. Really taking more of a everything must go policy approach to this. Let me teach you something real quick.
I know you're out there.
Yeah, I am. I'm right here. You got to go out the hardest. I hope you enjoyed that. Right. Having a little shopping break. Gotta resupply. By the end of this, she's gonna be like, you know what? I kind of got justice out of my system with all the slavers I killed. So, carry on, Abby. How nice of the game after a whole campaign of moral ambiguity, just fucking throw that away. And I get to just be like, nah, fuck these guys. I'm going to murder them all. And it's gonna hurt. And I'm not gonna really question it too much. Go back to the quiet arrows since we're done with that encounter. Surely you guys run out of people sooner or later. I'm not sure anyone is alive outside, Ellie. I guess the people that had that dog, I left a few of them behind because I didn't want to fight the dog. Here's what the cells are. Oh, they're large cells too. Meaning that there's tons of people inside. If there were people inside. What? Going through this door? Guess so. Huh! Oh, take the eye out. Grab him.
I got the key.
Abby. She's bit.
Keep back.
Hey, don't put that fucking thing in me.
Hey! Abby tried to escape. She's down in the pillars.
The pillars?
Head down to the beach. You won't miss it.
Oh.
She's probably already dead. Come on.
Dick move. You don't have to point a gun at someone just because they're bit. It's not 28 days later. She's probably chained to a pillar out by the ocean or something. Torture thing. Fuck, she's falling apart. She's that driven for this revenge mission. She's accidentally saving people and like doing good deeds as an incident of being so driven by hate. Well, I guess those guys will be happy I cleared out a lot of people. They only had that many prisoners? Was it all of them? Oh. Is Lev there too? Or did something happen to Lev? What happened to Lev? Yeah, fuck that place. Let it burn. Although, the construction of the local buildings doesn't seem very conducive to being on fire. No. They just abandoned them out here? Jesus Christ.
Abby?
Yep, that's her ponytail. Where's Lev? Oh, that's Lev. Okay, they might be alive. He might be alive. He looks like he's standing there, so... Yeah, he hasn't fallen yet. Alright. They must have tried to escape together. That makes sense. Is that not Abby? That's not Abby, is it? Oh, they cut her hair.
Help me. Please. It's you. Abby. I got you. I got you. They're both this way.
You feeling good about yourself, Ellie? She's just gonna get in a different boat and leave. Can you survive on your own right now? Oh. I don't think we've seen his head caved in before.
I can't let you leave.
I'm not doing this.
No.
I'm not gonna fight you.
Yes, you will.
He's not a part of this.
You made him a part of this.
Okay. Okay.
Ellie, what is the point? This is just fucking depressing. Shit. Shit. I thought that if Abby won, it might actually end differently. But Abby will kill you at this point. I have mostly like no idea how to actually land an attack. Go. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I feel like I'm not making any progress.
Go. Just take him.
Two fingers, fuck. He never gets away clean. It's like a visual representation of what this does to her every time she does this again. Fuck. She couldn't do it. You lost 2 fingers. You saved the person you hated most in the world. And your wife left. No. They were setting this up all game, weren't they? She lost 2 fingers, so now she can't do a lot of chords because she can't fret. The same. Fuck. She can't figure out how to do the notes. If I ever were to lose you. Oh fuck, that's the ending, isn't it? Ah! It's fucking devastating.
What are you drinking?
Coffee.
Where'd you get that?
Those people that came through last week.
Oh.
A little embarrassed as to what I had to trade to get it, but it's not bad.
I had Seth under control.
Yeah, I know.
And you need to stop harassing Jesse about my patrols.
Okay. Dina. Is she your girlfriend?
No. No, that was just one kiss. It doesn't mean anything. She just, I don't know why she did that.
But you do like her.
So stupid.
Look, I have no idea what that girl's intentions are, but I do know that she would be lucky to have you.
You're such an asshole.
I'm not trying to.
I was supposed to die in that hospital.
my life would have fucking mattered. But you took that from me.
If somehow the Lord gave me a second chance at that moment, I would do it all over again.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever forgive you for that. But I would like to try.
I'd like that.
See you around.
Yep.
Oh. Those are better last words than what we got before. They ended in a slightly better place. Well, this game was devastating. Like, I like The Last of Us 1 a lot. And, like, I always end up holding it up as kind of a totem of, like, what can be done with narratives in games and whatnot, just because it just kept holding up for so long. I don't remember feeling this much during that. There were definitely some big moments, but it was like, it was usually like a game divided into like 4 chapters or so that had like 4 big moments. This one was just full of it. And maybe it's manipulative to keep like setting up characters and killing them and whatnot, but like the way that the dynamic of how these characters worked, it's just there's a line drawn down the middle, and they just hate each other. Some of them do. To some extent, I guess it's one character's hatred for another character that's just so strong that all of these other characters around both of them all collide in this big variety of ways. Which, of course, like, it was all set off by the hatred of the other character at the beginning. But, like, she barely knew that, like, Abby barely knew that Ellie even existed. Not entirely true. She was aware of Ellie as a concept because it was that was the girl that was supposed to die. But, like, that's not who she was mad at in that way. And I don't think she knew it was Ellie at the time when Joel died. With, like, Ellie's burning hatred from that point on, which just kept going. Led to so many deaths. And some decent number of these people might have died anyway, because there was a war coming, admittedly. But, like, all the different kinds of suffering throughout this. Or we're brought on by that. Hatred begets hatred, begets hatred, begets hatred. Just in cycles, over and over again. Joel killed her father to save his surrogate daughter. So she killed Joel. So they went to kill her. And everyone's worse. Just about every character became a worse person. A lot of people are worse off than they started. Many people are dead. Nearly every character is dead, and those who survived are all scarred. They made a point to make sure that they all are actually literally scarred by the end of this. And Abby was just a wreck at the end. The state she was in. Like, even Dina took an arrow. Got her head beat against the ground, so she had a scar on her forehead and on her shoulder that you could see past, like, the sports bra or whatever she was wearing in that one scene. Tommy got his face blown open, most likely. And so it healed, but it's shaped strangely on one side, and I think one of his eyes is dead. And we never get a resolution with him. He's just bitter to the last, and then he walks off camera and we never see him again. So there's the internal, permanent emotional scars on many of these characters, suffering PTSD-style flashes. Abby keeps going back to the day that her father died. And we only control her... Aside from the intro, we only control her after Joel is dead. And so that didn't fix anything. And so as a result, we know at that point... Like I think they made us play with Ellie the entire first part without cutting back and forth because they wanted us to kind of be on her side. Because she was sympathetic, and we weren't getting to see a lot of the enemy. And, like, it felt like I did feel like they blew their hand a little bit by making the characters just too obviously main characters. So, like, the people around Abby, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn who these people are over time. Like, they clearly, like, played by, like, actors, and, like, they seem important and so on. They're not just, like, background people. So I kind of got a feeling something was gonna happen there. But, they wanted you to see most of Ellie's revenge mission while being on her side. And maybe even thinking she's in the right. And then show the other side. It's amazing how, like, to the end, Abby is once again seeking revenge because all of her friends died. And she's so fucking not even aware what was happening. She doesn't even realize how many of her friends died. Because there's more that she never even knew about because she wasn't with the wolves those days. And how much can happen in a couple days. Like, she has no idea that moments after she saw her friend at the hospital, she was tortured to death. But even up to the end, she basically didn't know that Ellie was even there. She thought she was after Tommy. And I don't think she even knew that Tommy was Tommy. Like that it was the same person from before. It's a lot. It's a really interesting, like, challenging presentation of the idea that, like, vengeance just doesn't solve anything. Taking revenge doesn't make the feelings go away, even though it feels like the only thing that can possibly work. It just doesn't work. And meanwhile, the act of revenge can just cost so much. And it's this is one of the most thought-provoking, interesting executions of, like, a follow-up I could really think of, honestly. Because the idea here is, one way or another, they're gonna have to deal with the ending of The Last of Us 1 and what Joel did. Like, if you're ever, like, that was the big ending. That was the big thing that people have been debating for years and, like, arguing about what they would do or what was right about that, and, like, it keeps getting praised as, like, one of the best endings in a game and all that. And, like, if you're gonna make a sequel, it can't just be like another adventure of Joel and Ellie. It has to be about that ultimately, and, like, what effect it would have on their relationship when she finds out and understands what he did, but also, like, the sort of debt he has to the world for what he did. And, like, you can see all the branching paths where this could have gone differently. Like, if Tommy and Joel didn't happen to walk directly into a trap in the most incredible coincidence possible. Like, what if Abby had to infiltrate Jackson to get her revenge? She might have met the people who know Joel. She could have been gathering intel about him and just been met with this overwhelming praise from so many people that challenges her view of who he is as a person. And then she might... there could be all these tense scenes where she's thinking of killing him, but there's just too many people around, or this or that person walks in right when she's like she could be those, like, we've all seen movies before where, like, somebody's holding a knife and then they have to, like, hide it behind their back because, like, somebody else walks in the room, where, like, all these tense scenes could be happening. There's, like, a totally different timeline that could have been here. But, like, that'd be such the Hollywood way of resolving this, is be like, she keeps trying to murder Joel, but, like, Joel's the protagonist, so, like, you can't kill Joel, so, like, how are we gonna, like, so you start with the assumption that Joel survives, and you work backwards from there with your story, and so you have to come up with a bunch of conveniences where she ends up, like, being forced to witness who he is as a person day in and day out because she's stalking him to kill him, and then, like, eventually she can't do it because he's been too humanized, and he makes too much sense. Maybe she even finds out why he did it. I guess she already knew is the thing. That she already knew that it would kill Ellie. But, like, there's, like, two issues. One, the core gameplay of The Last of Us does not really complement that kind of storytelling necessarily, although maybe you can make it work. But also, like, that would feel cheap, kind of.
A poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe. toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beauteous fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
I'll soon be free from earthly trial. There's spotty red in the old churchyard. I'll drop this cross of self-denial and go singing home to God. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I'm just a going.
Is there a post credits? Oh, there's the moths. New Game Plus. Hey, you just suffered through all this. Would you like to feel that again? Not particularly, as it turns out. And there's a final screen. Ignoring the story for a moment, like, this is a gameplay improvement. It was the same core loop with some improvements on every level, more or less. Like, I think the crafting and the weapon upgrades and the character upgrades, I think they were all more robust this time around. But the actual mechanics you use moment to moment, like, there's just, they took the groundwork and they just added more to it. Here's a few more infected. Here's a few new tricks you can do during combat. Here's a few new tricks for getting around during the exploration bits. It's like they just added to what existed. And what already existed was already my favorite Naughty Dog game. And I've never really taken to Uncharted. I played the trilogy. I never played 4. Or any of the handheld games. I just kind of... But I got like midway through 3, I was just like, I'm just kind of bored. In fact, I was bored multiple times throughout playing the Uncharted series just because doing a third-person cover-based shooter is just kind of boring. I feel like I'd maybe just rather watch the cutscenes as a movie, just because the I don't know, the Tomb Raider platforming and the shoot a bunch of dudes gameplay just feels wrong and weird. I just don't really get much out of it. And then the it's also the part where like Nathan Drake is like being all like wacky and chipper and snarky and shit, and it makes him feel like a fucking lunatic because he's murdering hundreds of people just over and over again. He just can't seem to stop killing people in droves, and like it doesn't seem to factor into his personality at all. Whereas like with Joel and Ellie and Abby, they specifically seem to go out of their way to reconcile that, the fact that they kill so many people, so they paint these incredibly complicated portraits of these human beings and the world that they're in. It's like the world does some of the legwork of explaining why they're killing so many people, but like their own behavior kind of also explains why they're doing that. Like you learn who these people are, and you understand why they do what they do more, even though you can't agree with it in many cases. So it always felt like an upgrade when I played The Last of Us. So I was like, cool, more of this please, Naughty Dog. And then they went on to make Uncharted 4. I'm like, no, stop me, no. Go on to other projects. I'm so like that Uncharted felt so wrung out by the end of the trilogy that I'm like, I don't need more of these. And there's already like, if you count handheld stuff and so on, there's just a bunch of those. I'm not really a fan, but whatever. God, do I even have closing thoughts? I think I heard someone describe this game as being The Last of Us of video games, which was, I'm sorry, that's a very stupid thing to say. The title similarly threw me off. The comment was that this is the Last Jedi of video games, which I always have to unpack because I was like, what? The best Star Wars movie of video games? That sounds great, but that's not usually what people mean. And it's like, they trot out those same arguments that people always keep saying about The Last Jedi, that it's like just there to subvert expectations, and that's the only goal it had. That's all it was, apparently, which is an incredibly disingenuous read of what that movie was. But the idea was, but they were saying that about this, and I'm like, what? Now that I've played through it, I'm like, that was probably just a reaction to the fact that Joel dies. Like, just the idea that you expect to play as Joel, I guess, and he dies, which, on one hand, I'm like, did you expect to play as Joel? Like, this was pretty clearly from day one going to be the Ellie game. Like, for years, it's been known that that was the case. But I don't know. But, like, Joel's death makes a lot of sense narratively. And it drives the whole thing. Like, it's not just like a fucking random shock value subversion of expectations. It's important to the narrative, and it builds upon the last game. I don't know. There's just so much anger about this game. I've been listening to people be mad about this game for the last 2 years, which is just so strange. And like, congratulations if you've managed to just evade this entirely. Being somebody who's online all the time because of my job, I've been so exposed to just so much anger about this game. About how the SJWs are gonna kill gaming, and it's evil, grr. The lesbians and the women's and so on. How dare you? Like, you always think we're beyond this point. You always think we're past this. But like, a character, the game being having a main character who's a woman and is gay is seen as like leftist agenda driven stuff, and like it's seen like a surprise, like it's, how could they do this to The Last of Us, the franchise that, you know, had a female protagonist who was gay in the first game, but she wasn't the playable character, but she was like a main character of like one of two main characters. Like, you can't make any weird arguments of like forced diversity or whatever. Like, oh wow, they just pointlessly swapped out the protagonist with a gay woman out of nowhere. It's like, no, that was a very logical progression for the franchise to have. She was the other character and she had a story to go on. Like, it's nothing about this is like a weird, a gender-driven forced thing. Whereas like people of color and gay people and trans people and women, like, I shouldn't have to say this, but like, shockingly, they exist. In fact, you take all of those things together and you stack them up and they're the majority of people. In fact, women alone are the majority of people, but you stack everything else up and it's like the vast majority of people are all those things. Like, being a white dude is a relative rarity despite the like chokeholds that they have over like media presentation, representation as on protagonists in particular. And I gotta say, like, as a white guy, like, I'm so incredibly not threatened when I see other people getting the spotlight and getting the chance to be like main characters in stories. It gives people heroes and stuff. It gives people representation, like chances to feel like they're normal. Because like people feel when you, it doesn't affect that this has on people where if there's constantly just no one like you, if no superheroes look like you, and no leading men or leading characters in movies look like you, and so on, like there's like a weird shame where you can feel like you essentially lost out on life by not being born the right way. Like, as if one thing is better and more accepted and everything else is like a losing hand. Like, it's good to let little kids have heroes and so on. This is more just like the superhero topic, not The Last of Us. These aren't really, the people that exist in The Last of Us aren't really idols, but even in this case, like, it's been bizarre. Like, I've seen suggested videos that have been so baffling to me, and I keep not watching them because obviously spoilers for The Last of Us, but like, there's been video suggestions that are like, this is basically just lesbian porn at this point. I'm like, what? The gay couple, I don't think even had a nude sex scene. They had like an implied off-screen sex scene, and they like, you see them strip down a bit, and you see a kiss, or a few of them. Like, but also like there's a straight up like, I mean, full nudity is a strong word for it, but like there's a top nudity straight sex scene in this game that like is relatively graphic for a video game at least, and it's like, but like no, that's like the lesbians get flack for existing basically, and like there's also the bizarre argument. I saw one that said this game should have been a movie. I'm like, what? And they meant that in a bad way, like they should have just made a movie instead of a game or whatever. And I'm like, I saw that and I was kind of biased to think that this game was going to be like overly bloated with cutscenes and totally lacking in gameplay. I'm like, oh, that'd be a weird departure from The Last of Us. But no, the game once again is like 85% gameplay, and then cutscenes bookend each level, and the game's like the levels are long. It's a lot. And I'm so disappointed in gamers. This is an ongoing thing, but it's like being a figure, I ban so many commenters because people are just gross. And I've recorded this whole series before episode 1 comes out because I knew I had to avoid spoilers, because people totally would just to be like, oh, you're playing The Last of Us? Fuck that evil social justice warrior game. I'm going to spoil the whole game for you right now because there was leaks in advance and so on. People dive bombed this game with thousands and thousands of 0-star reviews on Metacritic within like a couple hours of it coming out when no one could have possibly have actually played it in that time. And so they just decided to hate it in advance, having not played it and actually experienced it as intended. And admittedly, just hearing leaks in a vacuum might, like, they're not a great way to experience a story. And those people are kind of jackasses for reading the leaks. But, like, yeah, if you just hear in a vacuum that, like, yeah, Joel dies and you play, and then, like, there's, like, scenes where, like, oh, you'll kill a dog and then be asked to, like, feel bad that you killed the dog. Like, if you just hear that on paper, then it's like, without any of the execution and context, then yeah, it doesn't sound great. But like any story could be made to sound not great if you completely divorce it from the medium that it's made in, and like disingenuous. Like I can bullet point anything to make it sound like garbage right now. It's just not a good approach. And then just to remind us of the times we're in, and that we're not as far as you'd hope. Just so much transphobia was directed at this game. And funnily enough, it does feature a trans character, but like people didn't even really know that, so they thought that Abby was trans because she's muscular. And so they see this built lady and they think she's trans, and then they just hurl abuse at her character for existing, basically. And like there's like this back and forth. Like Stephanie made this point that like as a woman in any kind of public context, like you can't win. No matter what you do, you're always doing it wrong, and you're always wrong. Like you're always a prude, or you're a slut, or like there's always a vector for being judged. And like there's this aspect of like Natalie Portman's gonna play Thor in an upcoming like Taika Waititi movie, and people are like, how am I supposed to believe that this 100-pound woman could possibly defeat grown men? And like they can't suspend their disbelief for a superhero who literally has like a version of Excalibur that magically makes them powerful. They can't even accept a person like that being strong enough in a superhero movie. So it's like, okay, fucking call that bluff. Let's put a character in who's just built like a goddamn tank. Let's put Zarya in this game. And then people just hurl abuse at her. Like, there's no winning. Because what they really want to do is they want to control these characters. They want to control these spaces and exclude people from them. And they want to tell people who they're allowed to be, and what they're allowed to do, and how they're allowed to dress, and what kind of life they're allowed to lead. And if they step out of line in any way, then they're doing it wrong. And it's this evil agenda. And like there's always this insidiousness. But like the definitions of what's wrong are always inherently contradictory and feature everyone. Period. So like if you dress a certain way and you wear makeup a certain way and so or act a certain way, then you're a slut and you're a used woman and things like that. But then if you don't wear makeup and you like are fighting to survive in a fucking zombie apocalypse, you have all these people talking about how like the evil like feminist agenda is the reason why like Ellie is ugly, which like she isn't. Like Ellie and Dina are not ugly, but even if they were, it's not like a fucking agenda. It's just what people look like. Like they just look like people who are living in a zombie apocalypse that at this point is like bordering on 20 years after the fucking fall of society. But like, I'm sorry, their wings aren't on point. They kind of need to survive day to day. Like they're getting torn apart, but like, why don't they look fuckable enough? It's like this bizarre fucking narrative. And I'm like, being an online figure, even on my tiny corner of the internet where I'm big enough to do it full time, but not big enough to actually have like any kind of fame and like mass attention or whatever. It's just the people you get exposed to as a result. It's exhausting, and it grosses me out because I want to just unironically enjoy this medium without the community being like toxic and disgusting. But like this has been unforgivable. this last few months were the like I specifically didn't. I would ignore any comments that asked if I was playing The Last of Us on my Twitter or on the comment section, because like it's a popular prank ever since the leaks that happened a few months beforehand. It's been a popular prank to just go spoil this game for anyone that is looking forward to it and so on. And like I knew that that kind of shit could happen to me, and I'm like, so I'm avoiding it at all costs and all that. Honestly, just people just don't know good shit when they see it anymore, and it's disappointing. And there's also like we have to be aware of the fact that there are entire platforms and entire like YouTube channels and so on that are just dedicated to this perpetual outrage cycle. Where it's just time to be angry about the next thing, and it's always women or something that is like threatening your space as a white male gamer, apparently. It's like the other day it was Captain Marvel, and then it was Birds of Prey, and then it was The Last of Us, and up next it's going to be Cyberpunk. Like there's already like attention going that way, and I'm like, I'm not looking forward to later this year going through this cycle again of just weird, angry people. There's like a massive tens of thousands of signatures like petition for Naughty Dog to rewrite this game and redo the story. And it's like, motherfucker, this is one of the better stories games have had. It's like, what the fuck did you want? Like, are we this poisoned by like Marvel Disney movies that like we forgot what like good dramas were? And we're just like, we just want wish fulfillment of like a cool dude doing cool things? Because like this kind of weird recursive fan garbage is why many action franchises that used to stand for something and mean something just shit themselves one day. Like Die Hard, which a little bit less that, but we have Rambo and we have Dirty Harry. And like, I remember I made the point we're just in podcast mode apparently now. I made the point at one point that like art is often inherently political. It exists as a representation of society, and generally speaking, art is made to convey a message. Anything that has substance to it has a message behind it and a goal that's trying to convey. And that's good shit. That's the point. That's largely why we tell stories. Like, I know that we got some, like, a few waves of, like, vapid commercial stuff that's just meant to just make money and check a bunch of popular boxes and all that, but, like, generally speaking, movies, books, and eventually games, like, they're there to prove a point and to say something in many cases, and especially games that are this story-driven are going in that territory that movies and books do. And somebody made this bizarre list to prove me wrong about what movies are like all these big movies that there's supposed to be all these big movies that aren't fucking political. And on that list, incredibly, they included Dirty Harry. And it's like, motherfucker, you either don't remember what Dirty Harry is as a movie, or you just fucking didn't pay attention when you were watching it. And if it's one of your favorite movies, if it's one of your favorite movies, but you like none of the meaning reached you, then like that's disappointing. That's disappointing that you can't even watch your own favorite movies critically and take any meaning from it. It's like Dirty Harry is all about the line drawn and what police are capable of and what's acceptable and like what it's like when somebody sees the law and like the kind of regulations that they have to that they have to like follow as being like an inconvenient barrier between them and justice, and the kind of disgusting shit that happens when somebody doesn't respect those barriers because they're a borderline vigilante cop. And like Rambo, Jesus Christ, like the first one was about somebody who came back from an unjust war with PTSD and is like a broken person. And as the sequels go on, more and more, it's just like cool guy with gun that does cool gun thing. Because like people watch these movies, take the wrong meaning from them, and then demand sequels to them. And the sequels, instead of being sequels to the real story of said thing, are just sequels to the hype around the idea of the thing. Because you make a cool movie that has a powerful message and actually has a point, and then people basically make fucking action figures out of it and Saturday morning cartoon kind of interpretations of that, and then that becomes what people are remembering about the thing, and then people just want a sequel to that idea of just the iconography of the cool dude that does badass things and so on without any of the further complications. And we had that with Luke Skywalker, who was a complicated person full of failure and struggle, and he was interesting in the original trilogy, but people wanted him to show up decades later in The Last Jedi, and they wanted him to just basically be the coolest character ever because he's Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, you know, the guy from The Thing, the biggest character from the biggest medium, from the biggest media franchise. So like he's gonna be fucking perfect, he's gonna have flawless lightsaber finesse, and he's gonna know every fucking force trick ever, and he's gonna have no character flaws, and he's gonna be a badass beacon of hope, and he's just gonna save the world and completely overshadow the characters that the movie's actually about. It's like, no, he's gonna continue to be the flawed person he was the entire time. Just because he has like a moment of insight where he forgives somebody doesn't mean that he's like then ascended to fucking angelic status and will never make mistakes again and will never be disillusioned when he learns more about the world and what the Jedi are and so on. Like, The Last Jedi fucking blew it out of the park in my book, but continually we keep finding that people don't want to be challenged, and they don't want character arcs and interesting outcomes and for people to read into what things mean and extrapolate from there. They just want the guy from the first thing to become cool action boy. And so that's why I mentioned Die Hard. Die Hard doesn't really, I don't remember it having the most fucking intense meaning exactly, but it's often loved for the fact that John McClane is this scrappy, regular ass cop who like just happened to get stuck in the building that where the terrorists were, and like he's just kind of getting by. He's got kind of a sense of humor, but like he's a mess. He's like walking through broken glass with no shoes and like stuff like that, like having a real rough time of things, and it's like a mess, and he's just trying to get through it all. And then by the later sequels, it's like he's fucking ramping a car off of a ramp to kill, like that was a fucking line in like the fourth one, I think. It's like, well, you just killed a helicopter with a car, because like he just becomes like super duper action hero with no flaws and no personality, and it's like pure wish fulfillment for the most boring part of the audience and like nothing to say anymore. It's like, I don't know, man. Some of us are here for the fucking story. We want stuff to happen and things to go places. Like, I feel like these are the kind of assholes that wanted Breaking Bad to end with Walter White being completely exonerated, and he was always right, and also his cancer is gone, and also his family forgives him, and he gets to keep all the money, and there's no repercussions because he's just such a badass. Look at the badass who wins. And it's like, no. Joel had a long legacy of being a horrible person. He was completely internally conflicted and broken inside, and he kept having to make devastating choices, and so many people had reasons to come after him. And his death made this game more interesting than it ever could have likely been with him alive. And it fucking went places with it, and had one of the most impactful stories I've seen in a long time. And like, they were 100% right to make these calls. And this was, I'm really impressed by this game. And I'm really disappointed that once again, like all those other things, people might take the message from the audience feedback that they should stop doing this kind of thing. Which is like, fuck, like that ruined the shit out of Star Wars. Like, the response to Last Jedi led to so much garbage discourse that we got the worst Star Wars movie ever made as a result, that like really awkwardly tries to like break all the toys essentially and retcon half the things that happened in Last Jedi just to make the story worse. And like it's such a weird attempt at fan service that we got just garbage as a result. And it's like we criticize sequels for being uninspired all the time, where you just make like, oh, we made a thing and it made a bunch of money, so like I guess we'll just make like another thing, like we'll make that but like again. So like, you know, Joel and Ellie, like, oh man, shit. Well, we go with what people liked is that Joel and Ellie had a bunch of emotional scenes together, and it was like tranquil here and there, but also savage and brutal here and there. But also they got the globe-trotting thing where they're going across the country. So we got to pick like 4 locations they're going to be in the game, because they're going to travel across the country again. Why 4? Because, oh yeah, because we're going to do the season thing again, obviously. Like, you know, people love the part where we did the 4 seasons of the year, so we're going to do the 4 seasons of the year again. But like, you know, like we're traveling the other way across the country this time. Last time it was because they're going to the fireflies. Well, you know, they shot all those fireflies, so I guess this game's about them running from the fireflies. Wow. It's like, wow, like that's how sequels usually are, you guys. That's most sequels. Like, they're almost always worse than the original because of how often they do that shit. Like, that's the cynical thing that game developers and many other people that make sequels in general, like, just tend to do, is like, how do I recapture every element that made the first one successful in a completely cynical way where I just do it again? So yeah, like they would just go across the country in the opposite direction. They'd be running from the fireflies instead of towards the fireflies. And there'd be 4 seasons again, maybe in a different order this time. And like, I'm sad when developers make the right call and make the challenging choice and do the right thing by actually taking risks with their projects and doing what they're creatively driven to do, instead of just doing lazy cash-ins, and then people respond to that horribly because they didn't just get more gruel, basically. But I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking crazy, because like I barely touch the AAA industry. Like I have several time slots on my schedule, and like the only go-to we've been sitting here long enough that that's happening. Let's bring back the waves. They're calming. They're so calming that I'm getting angry here. I'm so not interested in like what the latest greatest AAA blockbuster is most of the time, because it's just so derivative across the board in many cases. So it's a bummer when I'm really drawn to something, and then it actually turns out to be everything that I thought it could be and everything I hoped it could be and more, and it surprised me in many ways that were all positive. And then like be surrounded by this endless discourse about the opposite perspective, but then having so much of it be disingenuous and bizarre, and I don't know. Hopefully you're not among those groups, but man, I recommend just unsubscribing from all of those YouTube channels. Like, they're poisoning your mind if you're subscribed to any of those kinds of channels that do this shit all day and just invent reasons to be angry. It's just not good for you, man. But anyway, like I mean, I love this game. I was so ready to be disappointed and for stuff to go wrong. But like it kept being challenging, and like the ways that it made me feel bad were intended and so on. And like if you weren't here for the Feel Bad franchise, I'm not sure why you went to The Last of Us. Like, Uncharted's over there. It's fine. Just go have fun. But like, being mad at a game just for being a bummer is like being like the whole like games are just supposed to be fun argument or whatever. Like, there's so many options for you, bro. Like, Why did you pick up the one that, like, could not be more clearly the one that's going to be grim, if that's your issue? God, if they make a sequel, what do you even do? Like, do you... I mean, I had this thought last time. It's like, that was the thing, is I was afraid of making a sequel to The Last of Us. Because, like, it ends so well. It's a nice self-contained story with a fantastic ending. And any sequel was going to be disappointing. And, like, I don't... Like, maybe time will pass and I'll sour on it, or I'll think differently about certain things or whatnot, but, like... Honestly, like, this is, like... They did what I didn't think was really possible, is they made a proper, good sequel to what we got before. And followed up on the ending directly. Like... I was in the camp where I thought that, like, oh, that ending was so well done, but also so conclusive that, like, I thought if they make a sequel, it's got to just be new characters, right? Just set in the same world. Like, jump to somewhere else entirely, do Fear the Walking Dead, essentially, and just tell a different compelling story that's not about curing the virus, because you just got to go somewhere else with it. But no, they didn't do that, and I thought that was a mistake until... it worked. And maybe there might be people... I've heard buzz of people in the trans community taking issue with elements of the trans representation in this, and, like, I can accept that, but I can't really speak to it. I guess part of the idea is that at this point, like, people would just like to see more trans characters just be trans and exist, and not have their character be about them being trans. And in this case, like, you're watching a character suffer for being trans and so on. It's like, I've seen it compared to, like, the idea of, like, when, like, white directors make movies about slavery, essentially, and you just have, like, a bunch of movies about, like, torturing black people, and, like, it's obviously not in favor of the torturing of the black people, but, like, at some point, like, they just want movies where they just get to exist and happen to be black. And, like, trans people would like to have potentially, like, and gay people and so on would like to have more representation where they get to just exist and not have so much of their media be about their persecution, even though calling that kind of stuff to light is valuable, and, like, empathizing with that does have a value. If it's that all the time, it's, like, potentially emotionally unhealthy to always have it be about that. But yeah, that was The Last of Us 2. I'm sure I've got more to say about it, but I've said a lot about it over the course of the game, and I'm saying a lot about it here and so on, but, like, this was a good one. This was seriously solid. I'm really impressed by a lot of it, and I hope I don't sour on it or anything and change my mind about anything, because, you know, there's nothing happy about that. Like, it's good to, you want to be able to hold on to the things you like and not have your mind change about those ones. It's always better to change your mind about something you don't like and be like, wow, I gained a new appreciation for something and all that. It is nice just to sit here and stare at the waves. It's too bad there's, like, a fucking slave colony in the background. Like, that's kind of kills the view a little bit. Oh, fuck, it was so heartbreaking. Ellie drowning Abby. And then her face, because it's so well acted, she looked like it went from rage to fury to, like, this horrible sadness, like this gut-wrenching sobbing face that just twisted up the way that you only see usually in, like, on when babies are, like, crying so hard that they change colors and so on. And then she lets go of her, and she's just a mess. Like, she's failed her revenge mission, and maybe that's for the best. But the fact that she even went on the revenge mission is a failure, just like it was a failure the first time. Like, it was it was immediately wrong to even start there because it's just not worth it. And then she comes home and Dina's gone. We don't see her leave. We don't get closure with Dina. She's just gone. We don't know where she went. Although she probably went back to Jackson, honestly. That's the most reasonable guess at that point. And then she goes up to play her guitar. It's her strongest connection she has left that ties her to Joel, is that guitar. It's the thing that he gave her that made me worried he was going to die at the beginning, was the fact that he gave her something like that, just like his daughter's watch. He gives her that guitar and teaches her how to play it. And once he's gone, it's one of the strongest connections that she has. Every single day, even in the middle of this revenge mission, you get a chance to sit down with a guitar and practice a bit, just because that's just something that's important to her. And when she's lost everything else, she's lost Jackson, she lost Joel, she lost Tommy, she lost her revenge, she lost her family. She tries to play guitar and she can't do it because you need all this. Like, it's not completely impossible to play guitar with fewer fingers, but like she had that song that she knew. If I ever were to lose you. And she can't do the chords because she can't do the fingering. And so it's just not like, it's just everyone comes back scarred or they don't come back at all. Like, I've read all of Walking Dead and I've watched all of Walking Dead and its spin-off show. I've only played some of the games. So I fell off a little bit. But like, this isn't just better than, like, I think it might be better than the first game, but like it might even be one of the best zombie stories that I've been through. And people always complain, they're like, the zombies just take a background role and like the man is the real monster is the message and stuff like that. Like, people always complain about, like, I've seen so much zombie fiction, so I'm used to seeing this every single time, about how like the zombies take a background detail and like aren't the thrust of the main plot. And it's like, yes, that's by design. Zombies aren't characters. They don't have like a narrative. Like, you can definitely make a rapid fire little thriller about zombies and have it be focused on that. Like, Gravity, for example, was a movie where Sandra Bullock had to survive being largely being alone in space when things are going wrong. So like, you can make much like how you can make movies where it's just one character trying to survive an extreme situation, you can make movies that are just completely focused on the zombie aspect and have no other story going on. But like, that is a very specific, tight film that has a very specific feel, and you can't really keep making them either unless you're gonna, because like it's such a specific kind of film. But like, no, the zombies were always meant to be a threat, a background noise, a pressure on people, so that you can see how they act and all the different ways that they react to this threat, and what kind of person it makes them and what it does to them and so on. That's always been the point. It's never been just there are zombies and then you shoot them or run away from them and then the movie ends eventually. Like, that's never been the core of it all. And I can't help but think like people that make that argument just don't get the point of it all. And zombies were like from day one a commentary. So like they always had a deeper point than just being zombies. At least once they were in movies, like George Romero stuff and everything. I don't know. I'm just ranting about things now. But yeah, this game makes me think things and feel things, and it makes me want to talk about stuff a lot. And here I am. But it's relatively late, and I need to do something in the morning, so I should really stop. In a couple days, this will start airing, and and I'll get to see all the comments. And I don't know, I just hope they don't... I hope there aren't too many disappointing people that come out of the woodwork, but they'll be dealt with. Thanks for watching like always, guys. Next up is Kentucky Route Zero, which funnily enough, we've been waiting 7 years for. It came out in 2013, the same year as The Last of Us 1, and its final chapter finally came out recently, so I can finally check out a game I've been meaning to play for a long time. I actually started recording it before this game, but then I realized I should really play this game through its entirety before anyone has a chance to spoil it. And then it was so long that I was like, I gotta just make this the next game. I can't make my schedule work otherwise. So I did a little switcheroo, but next up will be Kentucky Route Zero. See you guys next time.